Yo, what up, sports fans? Welcome back to the Buzz and Sports Podcast with your three hosts and good buddies. Myself, Lightning Leche, Little Dookie, Doug, Mr. Spud.
What's good? It's Spuddy McGee here. What's up?
And Sir Francis.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in.
Mr. Francis.
Mm-hmm. And welcome back. We are just about to get into this
Draftkings
Week 3 Slate. Another chance at $1 million.
Yes, sir. Should we have him with the disclaimer again that this is...
Yeah. Make sure if you guys are listening to this DraftKings lineup that you know that we are covering the Sunday games, the morning and the afternoon, because that's when majority of the players are playing.
Yes, sir. This is Sunday main slate. Mm-hmm. Millionaire Maker.
Mm-hmm. Millionaire Maker.
And we are not responsible for anything that you decide to play. We are not. We are just giving our opinions and advice out, tips and tricks, but not really saying that these are the right picks or not. So do not blame us for your decision.
But if you would like to listen to the quarterback guru, I am here.
Dougie is claiming.
And that leads us to our first category of the night, Cubies. Just so you guys know, I'm going to throw it out there. I've been pretty hot for the past 2 weeks on the QBs, and I'm going to try to keep it going. I'm going to give you my 2 picks if you're looking to spend that cheddar. And then I'm going to give you my 2 picks if you're trying to save that money. So let's get it booming.
Boom.
3-peat. He's on his young Kobe. You already know where I'm going. If you want to spend that money, he is the highest pick, but I guarantee he going to get you what you want. Kyler Baby Yoda Murray.
Kyler Baby Yoda Murray.
3 weeks in a row, Kyler Murray.
Hey, he's been showing up.
And he has not disappointed.
Up.
And he goes against Jacksonville's defense.
Ooh, that's a juicy matchup right there.
Why should there be a 3 next to
Why shouldn't his floor be 30?
Why show your work.
I think this is the game that really makes people be like, you know what? This is the start of the MVP bid.
Yeah.
I think this is the game.
You know, I appreciate what he's doing because it's great. There's a lot of great plays this man is pulling off.
But he's in your division.
And he's my division, but I'm waiting for him to cool off too because I feel like he did start off hot last season.
He did start off hot last season.
But hey, we're in week 3, so he's a great start.
Yeah.
If
until he shows me he's slowing down.
Yeah.
And he's going full head charge right now, and he's charging into a Jacksonville defense that got lit up by, I would say lit up, but they got lit by Jalen Hurts on the Eagles first week.
And Texans, right? And Tyrod and the Texans.
And then,
you're thinking about Falcons, bro.
Falcons, they did play Texans first week. They got handled by the Texans first week.
Mm-hmm.
And then second week,
Denver.
Couldn't stop Denver. Denver looked good.
And Kyler Murray's looking real fast when he decides to run. Mm-hmm. He's looking really speedy out there.
Runs with confidence.
So, there you go.
Runs with confidence.
Yeah, I mean,
even if he does throw a pick or two, he threw 2 picks last week, and he still had numbers.
That man bounced back.
He bounced back. It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter.
But the numbers are gonna look so good that the picks don't even matter, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's what you need from a quarterback is that when you're down in
that confidence.
And we got it, and sure enough, they end up getting the dub. It was close, but they got the dub.
Yeah, but I don't see Jacksonville slowing down that offense. Like I said, if you value quarterback and want to spend that money, he's 8,300. He's the top rated guy, but I don't know if you spend the money like that, he's for sure getting the numbers you like.
Yeah, go to for a reason.
All right, my next one for money over the 6,000 limit is going to have to be Matthew Stafford.
Stafford.
You think he's gonna blow up that Bucks D?
Ooh.
I'm thinking that's gonna be a little shootout.
Interesting. Interesting.
I think there's gonna be a shootout because although Tampa Bay's defense is good, they still allowed the Falcons to go out there and get at least 28 on them. You know what I mean? And at one point, they were a score down. At one point.
Yeah.
Before Matt Ryan said, here, you guys can have the game. But they were down a score at one point.
Okay.
So that defense is nice. But like I said, I think these early weeks, first month, the defenses aren't fully gelling yet still. That's why usually the first month you have a lot of these high-scoring games.
Yeah.
And I do think that game's going to be a shootout. They both got solid defenses, but I think, Brady just has too many options of who to go to, and we've seen the Rams defense be broken.
I mean, he is home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rams, they have that high-powered offense. I mean, Cooper Kupp's looking like he's back in form.
Yeah,
Cooper Kupp is
Robert Woods is always a nice option. I forget the third dude's there, but
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. Yeah, they got a nice core there.
Yeah,
They got a nice core going.
If the defense of Tampa Bay is doing its job, I think it's either going to be a shootout or Tampa Bay is going to take an early lead and they're just going to have to throw it, which is better for Stafford.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So either way, you see Stafford getting his points.
Yeah, I see Stafford being a good pick for 6,400 if you want a nice quarterback and save some kind of cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick question. For $100 more, you wouldn't like Herbert against the Chiefs? For a shootout?
I like Herbert, but the only reason I take Stafford over Herbert is Stafford shows me the offense looks good. Like they can put up points this year.
Herbert hasn't
Herbert's
shown you
first two games look shaky. Like against Washington's defense, where Giants went out there and put up 29.
Yeah, they either been at 20 or below. Like, and Stafford, not Stafford. Herbert last year was blowing that up last year.
Blowing up. And then against the Cowboys, our defense is shaky.
Yeah, everyone thought that was going to be at least 30 points for both teams.
And they were held to 14 or something?
17.
I am kind of waiting on Herbert to kind of
so it's
pop
more
off a little
I know
bit.
He's capable of it, but it's more I got to see it. I'd rather take Stafford over Herbert because Stafford's been showing me he's slinging that thing.
I hear you.
A part of me feels like it's not Herbert, it's just the whole team on the offensive side in general that's not helping them score.
They're in that Buffalo situation where Buffalo, they're winning games, but their offense still don't look
convincing,
crisp up to par.
They got to get to mid-season form.
I do like the Josh Allen lineup against Washington this week. This might be the game to put them up. To that form.
I hope so.
And they are at home
Exactly.
So that's a pretty nice matchup.
So those are our two money picks. If you're looking to spend that money, we're gonna move on to our values. And our first value pick, I am taking Daniel Jones.
Let's go. I love this pick.
Against that ATL.
I love this pick.
Do I even call Atlanta's defense a defense, or do I just call it a hole? Do I just call it opportunity?
Opportunity.
Hey, they're construction cones at this point. You just go around them.
So Daniel Jones is right below that 6,000 mark at 5,800.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Draftkings even knows, Atlanta's defense. They were like, oh, we heard they were on the Dookie list this week. Yeah.
Hey,
we've been listening.
But, yeah, they're going against a pretty bad Atlanta defense and against Washington's defense, which is definitely better. He uses legs a lot. He was looking like the white Lamar Jackson out there.
Hey,
calm down.
Last game against Washington, he had 9 rushing attempts for 95 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
This man is flying. He's flying with them legs.
Hey, I really think people just don't prepare for him to run. Like there are quarterbacks that you expect to run, so you have a little bit of a plan. I think people just think Daniel Jones just pocket guy.
The beauty of this is even with film of him running now, even if Atlanta tries to prepare for it, the execution's not going to be there, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
So I think Daniel Jones, no matter what, I agree with that value.
Does he go over 100 yards?
I love
rushing.
That's the thing. Both games, he was about 40 to 50 yards away from 300 passing yards, which gets you the 3 bonus points. So he's almost there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the last game, he was 5 yards away from the 100 rushing.
Damn.
So, hey, Daniel Jones,
Such a crazy thing.
he can hit them bonuses against this Falcons team, man.
That's what,
I believe it.
He's the value pick of this.
I believe it. Good
this
pick, Dougie.
weekend. He's looking good.
I like
Now,
it.
our second value pick that I'm going with, I feel like every time I go for one home run hitter, and this is my home run hitter this weekend.
Hey,
The guy nobody's probably going to pick, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Ooh, Jared.
Where's he
Now, I
at?
know you're looking at that Baltimore defense and thinking, you sure Jared Goff? But look, hear me out. Jared Goff hasn't looked bad these last 2 games. He's been hitting some dots. Now, granted,
He plays a half.
granted, he hits those darts usually first half, and then second half, it usually falls apart. But I just feel this is that game of the weekend that you look at the score and you go, huh?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so Baltimore to go out there, beat the Chiefs the way they do, and then come back and lay an egg.
Come back on earth. And
Come back to earth and lay an egg against this Detroit team.
Are you saying Hawkinson's going to have a great game?
Oh, I think Hawks is going to have a big game.
Yes.
A big game, honestly. But I think one of two things are going to happen. I think this is going to be that game. I don't know. I just personally feel this is going to be that game where you look at the score and you're like, huh? Or they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing from behind. Golf is just going to sling that thing.
Garbage time greatness.
Garbage time greatness.
Garbage time greatness.
Garbage time greatness, baby. Or even if not garbage time, like I do see Golf, first half at least putting up some nice points.
You think they'll go over 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty decent outing.
Like I said, this is my game of the weekend that I think you go, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I like it.
Side notes, I'm going to throw some curveballs, though. Justin Fields starting.
That was the one that I was stuck between Fields and Golf as my second value.
Do you
Because
think
I told you guys, I think Chicago's going to win more games than people expect this year. Especially if
once Fields is
starting.
in? Well,
Yeah.
once Fields is in?
Because Dalton's not coming back. They said if when Dalton's healthy, he's a starter. But nah.
Nah, it's one of those situations. It's like once you go in on Fields, there's like no turning back.
Yeah.
You drafted him in the first round for a reason.
Yeah,
He
you
here now.
can't pull him back. But if I'm gonna keep it honest, even if he showed potential in the preseason and he showed like some pretty nice plays, I'm not fully sold on Fields. Like I on the fact that he could do that stuff consistently. I need to see more from Fields. I'm not really as high as a lot of people are to watching him play, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Like-
I think this is a great matchup for him though against Cleveland.
Yeah,
they have a pass rush, but honestly, the secondary is kind of shaky for Cleveland right now.
Yeah.
They're really high risk, high reward right now.
Yeah, but outside of Allen Robinson, the receiving core for the Bears isn't
Actually,
that
was it
great.
Mooney?
Mooney's okay.
Yeah, Mooney.
He's okay.
Hey, this, like I said, this
Yeah.
is going to be a game for the whole Bears team to show up
Yeah.
as a whole. Because you got Robinson, if Mooney shows up, or if there's some type of ball diversity going on, even to the tight end, because everyone thought the tight end was going to do good this year,
Yeah.
and he hasn't really done anything. And I don't know if that's a Dalton situation or a line situation.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll kind of see how this plays out with this game, I feel.
What about you, Doug? How are you on Justin Fields? What's your opinion on that guy?
Oh, I like him. I said it before the season started. I said if Justin Fields takes over that team early, they're going to win a lot more games than people expect. I see them sneaking in wild card position
With him at the helm?
with him at the helm.
As a rookie?
Honestly, I see them sneaking in.
I feel like he could develop over time. It's just I'm not confident that he's going to be consistent enough this season.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I understand that there's not enough. He hasn't shown enough, but
Yeah.
this, like Spud said, to me, this is the perfect game for him. Because that Cleveland's defense is good enough to where if he went out there and let's say he balled, to where you'd be like, okay, this kid's for real. Like, it's not like him going out there and balling against Atlanta's defense where you're like, all right, bro, that was Atlanta. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
like if he does something against this Cleveland defense, even if they lose, but he goes out there and has a great game.
Exactly. That's really how I feel. He has to have a pretty good game, but I feel like a lot of Bears have to bring that as well. It's not all.
Oh, yeah.
It's not on Justin's field that has to play good.
Yeah.
It's the whole Bears offense that has to play good because
Yeah.
there's just question marks everywhere because of honestly Matt Nagy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just people got to step up this game.
Yeah,
It's not just Justin Fields though. It's everywhere on that offense has to step up. So because this is a hot seat moment for Matt Nagy this season. So I just feel like he could perform with his legs and with the through the air.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll have like a 250 passing game, but he'll also do some plays on the run where he'll have like 3 touchdowns total, like 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing.
You could see that.
I could see that as a stat line.
Right.
For that value, for 5,000,
for
good.
5,200.
Yeah.
I mean, at that price, he would basically just need to get you anywhere from 22 to 25 points, and then you'll be happy, right? At 5,200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, to wrap up the QBs, did you guys have anything?
The only other person I want to mention, and this all depends on how many starters for the Steelers are playing, is Joe Burrow at 5,500. If he's not going to get pressured, I think he has the talent around him to, pick a hurt defense apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's divisional. It's a division game too, so you know how those go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like did Bengals play them kind of hard last year in their 2 games?
Yeah, and the thing is I have a little more faith in their defense this year. Bengals defense has actually shown that they're not
sparks.
They're solid. They can control the run game. Keep it under control. They've gone against some pretty good running backs.
Yeah.
And they didn't let them
go too crazy.
Crazy on them.
Yeah, they haven't let the offense just run wild on
exactly.
them. So, I mean,
even when their offense had an ugly game, their defense still kept that game pretty close for majority of the game. Mm-hmm. So, in a division game, especially with the hurt Steelers defense, I think Joe Burrow at 5,500 is worth thinking about. Mm-hmm. Just depending on how many starters are going to play for the Steelers.
Yeah, one quick one for me, and then we can move on. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson against the Vikings.
Is this up there in the price?
7,600. 7,600. But still, I would go with.
If you're looking to spend the cheddar,
yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's a good matchup for him.
Now, is this one of those traps where on paper Lockett should be the one to have a monster game, but it's going to go to DK Metcalf?
I think so.
Is this the one where Metcalf has a big game?
Because we've been waiting on Metcalf
to have a big game, right? Mm-hmm. So this is I feel like this is one of those.
He has been quiet.
The thing is if you choose Russell Wilson, you have to make 2 lineups. One where you stack him with Lockett, and or you stack him with DK. Because I swear it's going to trap you.
Yeah.
It's going to trap you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that matchup is nice because the Vikings DBs, yikes.
Oh yeah,
yikes.
At this point, it's rough.
It's pretty rough out there.
No, I like Russ a lot. Usually when I go my second value, I try to go a little lower for the people who are trying to go high but save the money. Mm-hmm. But I think that's going to wrap up the QB. So just to summarize, if you're looking to spend that money, definitely go Kyler Murray. He's the highest one, but definitely worth it. My second one was Matthew Stafford, 6,400. Not super pricey, not super low, but I feel that's going to be a shootout or playing from behind, and either way, Stafford's going to get his. My 2 values, Daniel Jones, 5,800, just below the 6,000 mark, but it's Atlanta's defense. What have they shown?
Not much.
They have stopped nothing. I feel like I can go out there and get 20 points.
Yeah.
The only thing that's shown is other teams could score on them.
Yeah. Yep. And then my final value was the home run hitter, Jared Goff at 5,200. Might not hit it, but like I said, if you want to save a lot of money for other positions and bank on maybe a high ceiling quarterback that not a lot of people's picking, Jared Goff's your guy.
Goff.
And then we're going to pass it over. Who's taking running backs today, boys?
Francis is taking running back.
All right, Francis, take over.
All right. The running back slate this week is not that appealing, to be honest. Not on the pricey end. Derrick Henry at 8,600 against the Colts. Mm-hmm. It's a division game. That's a stubborn defense.
Yeah.
So we're going to scroll down a little bit, and my first pick is going to be Eckler against the Chiefs at 7,200. Mm-hmm. I did find it weird in week 1 where he didn't get a single target in the passing game.
That's weird.
But they made up for it the next game. He got 9 targets, and he caught all 9 and got 61 yards out of it. And the thing is, he grinded out 22.5 fantasy points without scoring a touchdown.
That's pretty nice.
So, yeah.
I have a TD with that.
You know, you throw TD on there, it's pretty close to 30. Mm-hmm. And I feel like his yardage, especially against a Chiefs defense in a high-scoring game, can be higher this time than last week's. Mm-hmm. So, Eckler at 7,200, I like that.
I mean, looking at the higher end, I actually like that.
Yeah, because Cook is questionable. I mean, if he's fully healthy, I would have probably Cook against the Seahawks, but he's banged up, so
it might get split.
It might get split with Madison, which explains Madison's price at 6,000 this week. So I'd rather just kind of stay away from that game.
Yeah.
All right, next pick after Eckler is going to be Joe Mixon, only because I'm picking on the Steelers defense this week since they are very banged up. And
yeah, they're banged up.
There's a huge chance that TJ Watt will not play. And honestly, TJ Watt is the heart and soul of that defense.
Yes, he is.
When he is pressuring the quarterback, he makes everyone's job easier.
Way easier.
Way easier. Without him on the field, they're going to be working overtime, every position. And that's the thing. It's not just him not going to be on the field. There's a lot of other guys missing. So Joe Mixon, I like the Bengals this week against the Steelers, especially on that banged up defense. And then Joe Mixon, he's been having consistent touches. Not necessarily the fantasy points, because last week he only put up 8 points.
Yeah.
But he got...
Tough Bears defense, though.
Yeah. He got 29 touches week 1, and then he got 20 touches against the Bears, though, even when he wasn't really producing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his touches are there. I think he'll get. I think he'll have a better game than last week.
I think he'll go 100. Yeah. I think he'll go 100.
I think so. All right, so we'll move on to value picks. If we're looking to save money in this position, under $6K, the first one is going to be Chase Edmonds at 5,700. Chase,
enlighten us.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
Chase Edmonds is also one of those other guys that is involved in the passing game on a Cardinals offense that does move the chains a lot. You know, this Cardinals offense is high powered and they do get a lot of snaps. So I think his numbers so far through the first 2 weeks have been solid. The thing is, he's been missing a touchdown to add to his stat line.
Yeah.
He scored 14 points in the first week, scored 12 points last week. But I think him going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, there's a very high probability that
he'll get in the end zone finally.
He'll get in the end zone. You know, especially since he is their clear starting back. James Conner is behind him, but when you look at James Conner's numbers, it's clear they prefer they favor Edmonds.
James Conner is like a third down goal line back.
And if we're going to go the route that DeAndre Hopkins might sit out this game, you know, that kind of takes away a red zone target, a favorite red zone target.
Yeah.
So then that kind of opens up the playbook a little bit, you know, and if he's been in that drought the first 2 weeks, eventually that drought is going to end.
Yeah.
So I feel like this week is a nice matchup to take that chance to get his first touchdown. And I see at 5,700, if he could get you 20 points,
that's good.
That's good.
That's solid.
That's good. So, and then the next one, we are actually dropping down to the 4,000s.
Whoa.
So value.
Okay, Flow Rider.
And we are going with Cordarrelle Patterson.
Let's go.
Against the Giants.
Yeah.
This man is considered a running back, which I love. So if you're looking to save a lot of money, Cordarrelle Patterson is a huge weapon on this team that lacks a big weapon. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know, they're desperate for a win. And last game, honestly, he looked like the most dangerous guy on the offensive side of the ball. He put up 23 fantasy points.
Goddamn. And,
he caught 5 balls on 7 targets. They targeted him 7 times. So for a running back, being targeted 7 times, that's a good number. Anywhere from 7 to 10 times, that's where you want to be. And for 4,600 against a not so great Giants defense, on an offense that is asking for a playmaker. Mm-hmm. I think Cordero Patterson is going to get his opportunities, and from what he's shown, he's pretty good. So 4,600, if he can grind out 15 to 20 points at that price, which I think he's very capable of this week, you're looking good. You're looking good in that position. Mm-hmm. But that's going to pretty much conclude it for me, guys. I honestly did not have too much fun picking running backs this week.
it was rough matchup.
Yeah, the matchup wise, it's pretty rough. Mm-hmm. But what other names stand out to you?
One name that stands out. I know he has a Q, right next to his name, but I think it was just precautionary. Demetric Felton from the Browns.
Oh yeah, Felton.
Yeah, Felton. So last game he got in more on the receiving end of things.
Yeah.
He hasn't even he's a running back, but hasn't even got a carry.
Yeah.
But was involved in two. He was targeted twice, got 2 receptions. He got a touchdown. He did fumble, but I still think they're looking over that. He ended up getting 13 points, but they said they're going to use him in the system a little bit more as a slot guy. And that is because Jarvis Landry is on the IR. Mm-hmm. OBJ is a we'll see. That should be a new update thing. We'll see. So they are struggling for a playmaker on the receiving end. And Felton used to be a slot guy out at UCLA, so very comfortable for him to get put in.
Yeah,
it is a risky pick, but I could see
at 4,500. Hey, if you're stacking heavy,
exactly,
and you need to fill it in,
because he's either gonna have a boom or bust game. I feel like Felton is either gonna have something high or something low, but for 4,500. I feel like it's a risk.
And I think he's one of those guys that's going to fall in that 3% and under ownership.
Exactly.
Like, no one's really thinking about
and
him
the thing, he's facing against the Chicago defense, but it's those type of tough defense where a guy like this that does a crazy play would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because they're not expecting him.
Yeah.
He might be doing like a trick jet sweep or something.
Yeah, I definitely, if you are thinking of Felton this week, definitely put him in your flex slot.
Yeah. He's more of a flex play.
More of that flex play, yeah.
And I think this is another gamble, but I feel like it's going to be a Melvin Gordon game against the Jets.
Yeah.
I really feel like they're going to go more run heavy this time around. So in Denver. They're at home as well, so this will be their first home game, actually.
Denver's first home.
So it should be interesting.
Actually, I kind of didn't realize they were home.
Yeah.
So Melvin Gordon, 5,500. Home against the Jets.
I think he'll have a nice good amount of touches.
Like 18 to 22 points.
Yeah. He'll probably be at 12 to 15 touches.
Okay.
And that could be receiving, but mostly running. So
hopefully a couple touchdowns to go with that.
Yeah. If it's red zone, I feel like it's either going to Patrick or Gordon.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
That's my 2 cents on running backs.
What about you, Dougie? Got anything for running backs? Or
it's pretty rough this week, but I think I'm looking at Jay McKissick.
Okay, I like that.
At 5,200 against Buffalo.
You're not scared of Gibson?
I'll tell you this about Gibson. It seems like they're leaning away from using Gibson.
Yeah.
It seems like they pass a little bit more, and Gibson is more of a
run heavy back. You get those power yards, get those first downs.
Exactly, and they haven't been really using Gibson like that.
And I see them playing behind, maybe early on it can be a game, but I see Buffalo at some point peeling off, playing from behind. And I think McKissick gets more, and I can see him getting a garbage time touchdown, maybe 2.
Yeah,
I think he plays well with Heineke's play style.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Heineke's nice, and the way I guess the play style is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the way he moves, it just seems like more like he favors McKissick's style.
Yeah. I mean, McKissick did get 7 targets last week, or 6 targets, I believe. But it is clear that when they're throwing, he's out there.
Yeah.
Over Gibson.
Yeah, and I think that's why Gibson, McKissick is a great pick rather than
Yeah. All right, well, to summarize the running backs, Francis' picks are Austin Eckler against the Chiefs, Joe Mixon against the Steelers, Chase Edmonds against the Jaguars, and Cordarrelle Patterson against the Giants. We'll see how I do. All right, we're going to pass it on to Spuddy. He's going to take us away with the wide receivers.
Let's go. Okay.
Let's get it.
All right, for one of my first picks, I think this is the game he's going to have a fantastic game.
Oh, I like that.
Stephon Diggs for 7,600 against the Washington defense.
This is his breakout game.
I think this is the breakout game. I think this, is the game where Buffalo's like, okay, their offense finally wakes up.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So I'm hoping that it's this game. Stephon Diggs is great receiver.
Stephon, I mean, he hasn't posted atrocious numbers. It just hasn't been his ceiling, anywhere close to his ceiling.
It's been a grind.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think it all falls to how the whole offense is playing.
I mean, through the first 2 weeks, he's 21 targets total. I mean, that's averaging 10.5 a game. That's that's what you want.
The targets are there. I just don't think they had the right
and they're not in sync fully yet. Fully yet. Yeah.
So I got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
7,600.
I like it.
I think Josh Allen will have a big game. Hopefully, it's still, I don't know. We'll see. Up to, we got to go with all reliable in this whole start of the season. Cooper Kupp. 6,800.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm surprised he's not higher, honestly.
Hey, probably because of Bucks defense this week. But I think if he played any other defense, he would have been the 7,000.
Honestly, I'm tired of hearing you guys bring up Cooper Kupp in these episodes, and I leave him out of my lineups, and then he goes off. So
it sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to listen.
No, so what I'm saying is, you bringing him up now, guaranteed he's going to be in my lineups this week. And some of them.
Well, hey, you better not jinx it now. Now you're putting them in there.
Well, that's going to be on me then, but still.
Hey, Cooper Kupp is just all reliable for Stafford right now.
Yeah.
And like I've said about Cooper Kupp, he runs fantastic routes.
Yep.
He could go long. He could play short.
He has great speed.
Exactly. Agility is nice. So I think he'll, even against a Bucks defense, he will get yards. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
For
at
sure.
68, you're right. I after the games he's been having, I would have expected him at 7.
And the thing is, even if he has a rough game, I still think he puts up over 20.
Yeah.
Over 20.
It's actually wild that Metcalf is priced over Kupp.
Right?
That's kind of crazy. But even DraftKings has, look, you see how DraftKings price Lockett and Metcalf?
Yeah.
Those fuckers know.
Which one you want? Which one you want?
Slowly tweaking it.
Yeah. Like, pick your trap. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of lineups still are so gung-ho on Lockett or Metcalf, so that's why the price so high.
Yeah.
And people aren't learning, like, Cooper Kupp, look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
What are you doing?
What do you mean? Like he's doing work.
I would definitely play Kupp over Metcalf this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
save yourself the headache.
and another top money guy that I feel like this is towards the end 6,000s. On the opposite side of the ball in that game. I mean, opposite team. Godwin.
I
think Godwin is going to have
a pretty big game.
Big game.
With Antonio Brown out.
With Antonio Brown out, but also, I think Jalen Ramsey is going to be more Mike Evans. I mean, he might be playing islands type of ball, but I feel like when it comes to that defense, he's going to be on Mike Evans more than Godwin.
Yeah.
So I think Godwin will have more opportunities to turn it up.
Yeah. No, I think it all depends where they put Jalen Ramsey. You're right. And if it is going to be on Evans, and you add that plus Antonio Brown being out, it's primed for Godwin to have a pretty big game.
Yeah.
And with that line, Brady's going to have so much time. So even if he is like covered, Godwin plays the best, I think, backyard type of ball where he could just go out and run a broken route
and get open. Yeah.
Just because he's so physical.
Exactly.
He plays bigger than he is.
Hey, physical, but yet so quick.
Yeah.
So quick.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in those situations when things break down.
He reminds me of like kind of a faster but less stronger Anquan Bolden. Like kind of from that same branch of just physical, gritty receiver, go after, get the ball type of shit, you know? But yeah, Godwin 6,100.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right, moving on to value picks. First one we're going to the bottom of the barrel game. I'm picking Darius Slayton for the Giants.
Darius Slayton
against the Atlanta Falcons.
Slatester.
Big boomer bust.
He's a boomer bust guy, but I think he's booming this game. I really think he's booming. He will get. I'm thinking 2 touchdowns this game.
Oh, 2.
I think 2.
Ooh,
I think 2.
2 to.
I want this game to be a shootout.
So Slayton's gonna headline the receiving core, not Sterling Shepard.
That's what I.
That is what Spuddy is saying.
I feel like Sterling Shepard will get more yards, but Slayton will have the
tubs.
Tub it up.
All right,
tub it up. Next, he has questionable, but I feel like still a great value pick if he's playing. 4,900. Tim Patrick, the red zone threat.
Tim Patrick, yep, he is their red zone guy. Man.
He's the red zone guy. If you're looking for someone cheap to produce numbers, I think Tim Patrick. He's still perfect.
Yeah, he's been solid every game.
Yeah.
Last game he got targeted once, but 3 receptions, but still.
Yeah, and I mean he's scoring every time he's out there.
Exactly.
Every time he's out there, he's catching a touchdown.
And the rest of the values, I mean, I'm just going to throw some names and what y'all think about it. Cole Beasley. What do y'all think about Cole Beasley?
Cole Beasley.
Yeah. You know I'm a big Beasley fan.
Oh yeah.
But how's he been? Let me see. Sorry, let me look at him through the first 2 weeks. Have they been trying to involve him?
Last game, he only got targeted 4 times. He only put up 7 points, but
the offense has been still.
Yeah, the first week he did get 13 targets.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like, I feel like this game though,
he'll probably have his best game.
Yeah.
Of the season.
Yeah, Cole Beasley would be one I'm throwing out. How about Zach Pascal against the Titans?
He's really acting like they're number 1.
Yeah,
I like that if Wynn starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the backup went in and did not show promise.
I know, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a chance that, he got thrown in the game. So
well, yeah, out of rhythm. Everyone's at game speed and he's not. Yeah, so. I get it. No, but Zach Pascal has act like they're, I mean, even if Pittman Jr. had a bigger games, like yardage and target-wise, Pascal's scoring every game.
Because against Seattle, he scored 2.
Yeah.
He's got a touchdown every game.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and they trust him. So, it's always going to be between him and Pittman Jr. as who's going to come out as but even when Pascal isn't the main guy, he's scoring touchdowns.
Exactly.
So, I think he's a pretty nice pick at that price.
How you guys feel about Corey Davis at 5,000?
Against the Broncos, it just depends how lethal that pass rush is.
Yeah, they did lose Bradley Chubb, but I still think Denver's still got Von Miller.
I mean, the thing is, it's like...
And their secondary is really nice.
I think Corey Davis's targets are going to be there. Like, Corey Davis is going to get 8 to 11 targets this game. Do they connect? Yeah, you know what I mean? Does he catch 60% of them? Yeah. Or is it going to be like the last game, like Zach Wilson's, I think his first interception was he was trying to throw it to Corey Davis. Yeah. So Corey Davis is clearly like his main target. It just honestly depends how well he's connecting with him. But Corey Davis at 5,000 is going to get your 8 to 11 targets. Yeah. You're just going to bet on him producing.
Any more Any more value hits you're trying to get at? Because I mean,
if Hopkins, if we're saying Hopkins don't play, I like Christian Kirk at 5,400.
Yeah. Christian Kirk and Moore, they go up.
Yeah, I think Moore is more appealing to me.
Yeah, Moore looks electrifying.
Yeah, because if they're hyping him up, like I think you said that in the preseason, he played really good.
Yeah.
You know,
but see, the thing is I could. It could go either way because Kirk has speed too. He has the ability to give you an 80-yard bomb.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But they both do. We're gonna see moving forward if the Cardinals lean heavier on Kirk or if they're gonna end up leaning heavier on Moore, just because Moore keeps making a lot of plays. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you gotta force it. At that point, how are we not gonna give him the ball?
Yeah, right.
You know, so.
Ooh, how about this name? Quintez Cephas.
Cephas, what's he priced at this week?
3,900.
Holy crap! You want to talk about value?
That's value. I ever had to say that. Cha-ching, baby.
Hey, 13 total targets through the first 2 weeks.
I say why not? I
say why not?
That's a why not situation.
Why not?
Because out of the whole receiving core, if we're not talking about running backs and tight ends, he's the only name that sticks out.
To be honest, from 3,700 to 4K, he has to be the best option. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at these other guys. I mean, if Deontay Johnson doesn't play, James Washington is at 4K. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he still gets as many targets as Deontay just because he's not Deontay Johnson. Like, if Deontay Johnson goes down, I think now Juju and Claypool...
They're fighting.
They're going to they're going to go up. Yeah. But Cephas at 39 to get you about 15 points. Mm-hmm. I like that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
We're not.
Who fell? Anything else, guys? I'm seeing some names, but anyone else you want to talk about?
There's only one other name I want to talk about.
All right, let's get it.
Only because this guy was Burrow's main guy last season. And he showed an uptick in week 2. Mm-hmm. So I think before his price gets too high, Tyler Boyd is due for a touchdown.
Okay.
Tyler Boyd, he doesn't have a questionable, like he's not nicked up. Mm-hmm. He's healthy. He's ready. He got, 9 targets last game.
Oh, so he's ready to step up.
Yeah. He got 9 targets last game. And the thing is, he was Burrow's main guy last season before Burrow went down. Tyler Boyd, and even I think after Burrow went down, the backup went in, and then Boyd was the most targeted one still.
Other than AJ Green, he was the other veteran presence there.
Yeah. So I think, the first week he had a rough showing. Second week, there was an uptick with 9 targets. He caught 7 of them, almost got to 100 yards, was about 27 yards away. Mm-hmm. But I think, his usage kind of stays around that 7 to 10 targets. And I think he's due for a touchdown. So Tyler Boyd for 4,700. I've never really seen him that cheap, compared to last year.
Yeah.
So that's the only one I want to talk about.
Okay. But you, Dougie?
I think we covered everyone I'd be feeling right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. To wrap it up, the money makers. Stephon Diggs, 7,600.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Cooper Kupp, 6,800. Mm-hmm. Chris Godwin, 6,100.
Yes. Ooh.
And for value, I got Darius Slayton and Tim Patrick.
Hey.
Slayton was 4,600. Patrick was 4,900.
Oh, the values are in the 4K.
So, but there's a lot of value there.
Oh yeah,
depending on what route we went over. A lot of them.
Yeah.
For receivers this week, very interesting matchups that it could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
the receivers actually had much better matchups this week than the running backs did.
Exactly.
There's a lot of nice matchups for receivers this week. Mm-hmm. 5 ways you could build your lineups.
All right, then. All right, we'll go into open discussion with tight ends, and then after that, defenses.
All right.
Rob Gronkowski
at 5,500 is going to be super chalky. That's guaranteed. But I mean, at that point, like, does it matter if he's going to be the best tight end of the week?
Why go against the grain when you know he's the only one that's going to be producing shit?
Yeah.
You know. I think him and
Hawkinson.
All right. Well, as you can tell, we're very high on Hawkinson this week. 5,200 against the defense that has allowed the most stats for tight ends.
Thank you, Travis Kelce.
So Hawkinson, as you guys, I mean, anyone who's watched the Lions game this season can tell Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift are the only two, aside from Jared Goff, that care about the Lions uniform and what they produce.
Well, Cephas just trying to get a spot.
Cephas is,
hey, I care, but at the same time, I need to get recognized.
Hey, I want to get on in the squad at least.
I feel like Hawkinson honestly deserves the C on his jersey just of how vocal he is. On the sidelines, on the field.
Yeah, I like how Hawkinson moves because even in past seasons where fantasy-wise he doesn't put up points, the guy's a great blocker. He's always in the shits.
But hey, he's getting the fantasy numbers this year. So week 1 puts up 25.7 Draftkings points off 11 targets, caught 8 of them. Last game got 9 targets. So through the first 2 weeks, 20 targets, averaging 10 targets a game, scored a touchdown in each game. So Hawkinson, I don't see why
Hawkinson. That's
the boy.
You know, a tight end like that who's been putting up numbers like that versus the defense who has allowed the most yardage to tight ends. It's just a recipe, you know? Like, it's a chalky recipe.
It smells good.
But it smells good.
5,200.
Fuck it.
So we got Gronk at 500 and 5,500. 5,500. Then we got Hawkinson at 52,000.
Yeah.
Who would you rather go with at that point?
At that, I mean,
it's either or do you do the 2 tight end flex situation?
You know me, I'm a 2 tight end flex.
Hit that flex.
You know, Doug does like 2 tight ends.
Yep.
Hey, if they eat, they eat.
But hey, actually, you know, that's actually pretty. If you do that, you're getting value because Gronk is 5,500, Hawkinson is 5,200, but they produce like $6,000 to $7,000 guys.
Yeah.
So if you stack them,
they are literally receivers.
They're literally receivers. So I kind of do like the idea of stacking both those guys. I mean, they are going to be chalky, but how many people are going to be running both of them on the same roster? Yeah. You know,
they're both chalky, but you ain't running both them motherfuckers.
You ain't gonna run both.
That's what makes me unique.
Hey, as I'm looking at it, Kelce is priced too high.
He is.
I'm like, hey, he gets the job done, but
he is.
I mean, to save some money, like I'm not picking Kelce
at 8,200.
You know,
just because there's better matchups on this slate for this position.
Yeah.
To get similar numbers. You know,
that's the thing. We're not saying that, you know, might as well put the other guys at that price too.
Yeah.
Because they're putting up those numbers as well at tight end.
Right.
I like Cook, Jared Cook.
You like Jared Cook this week?
Man, we keep on saying Jared Cook.
No, but you know what?
There's always something happens.
Yeah.
It's not him. Something happens. Like in the Cowboy game,
he scored.
He was flag.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, he scored. If that flag never happened, technically we could look back and Steven was right. Jared Cook would have been a great play.
Yeah.
But hey, in sports betting, shit like this happens.
I like him. Unfortunately, I like him this week.
Hey, you got to be prepared.
But to be honest, like it worked out the way we talked about. You know. It just, unfortunately, there was a flag that play. So I'm not even going to fault us for being quote unquote wrong on that pick because we did see him getting into the end zone. You know,
he did.
He did. Technically, he did.
He stretched his arm. You know? The ball was still in his hand.
They were celebrating at first.
Hey, he almost got a taunting penalty.
I think he gets the TD
Versus the Chiefs?
versus
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He has not scored a touchdown yet, which is crazy. I thought he
I
scored
think
a
he
touchdown.
gets it. I think
He
he
gets
gets
it.
I thought he scored a touchdown the first week, but he didn't.
it. Any other tight ends you guys like?
Off pure targets alone, and this all depends if Tua plays. If Tua doesn't play, I think the Vegas defense is going to 3-and-out the Dolphins a good amount of times, which is going to give a lot of snaps to their offense. And Waller pretty much hit his floor last week at 11 points. But total over 2 weeks, this man has 26 targets.
Ridiculous.
Averaging 13 targets a game.
Crazy.
So, yeah, he is priced $7,400, but you can guarantee that the targets will be there. Gruden loves this guy. And it's versus a Miami team that if they don't have Tua, their offense is not going to be on the field a lot, in my opinion, which is going to create an exhausted defense.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they're going to be scoring at will. You know, it can be anyone's touchdown.
Pew, pew.
So that's my tight end. But that's it. Other than that,
I guess wild card pick for tight end would be, was it Njoku? Njoku. I think because there might be a lack of receivers, they might be lean heavy towards right. So Njoku or Hopper. Hooper or Njoku.
And Njoku is just that big body dude. Yeah.
And they're gonna. The thing is, they're gonna need something.
Yeah.
In that Cleveland, because Baker got to throw to someone.
Yeah.
You know, it can't be just in the backfield the whole time.
Right.
So might as well just move up a level and go to, Njoku or Hooper. So
and even though they said Hooper was going to get an expanded role, they're still using Njoku just because every time they send him out there to catch a ball,
he's willing to catch it.
He runs the route and he catches the ball.
Hey, both priced at
what do you want? Yeah. He does the job.
Both priced at $3,600, $3,500.
Very value there.
If you're running low on money at that point, I would go with them.
Yeah. I guess another one that is due for kind of a breakout game, just based on his previous history, is Mark Andrews. 5,000 against the Lions. Yeah, he has not had his over 20-point game yet.
Yeah,
and I feel like he is due for one. If you want to take a chance against the Lions,
take a chance.
Pretty good chance there.
I don't know.
This is the one you look up at the scoreboard and you're like, what?
Hey, the only name I'm seeing for tight end in that game is Hawkinson.
You know, as much as I don't want to jinx this and say it's a trap, because I don't see how is it possible. Tell me, make the argument right now. How can Hawkinson be a trap? There is no way, right? There's absolutely no way.
The only trap is unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, like he gets hurt.
Yeah, but that's it. That's literally not game script.
Or they're like, you know what, you're blocking today.
Yeah.
That's the only two ways.
But that means like you lean heavy on your run game. Does that sound like the Lions?
Hey, Swift or Williams.
Does that sound like the Lions? I don't think that's the Lions.
I mean, the head coach, maybe. But as a whole, no.
Yeah. I just can't see how he's a trap. So he is my favorite tight end on this slate. I'm not gonna lie. Hawkinson, yeah.
All right, well, that wraps it up for the tight ends. Let's get this. Let's finish strong with the defense.
Finish strong, baby.
Well, everyone say their defense pick of the week.
Bronx.
Why?
Jets.
And moving on, Spuddy.
Well, fuck. Since he got the Broncos, I'll go something a little different. Well, shit, you got me, brother.
Good.
Hey, I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Cardinals defense.
I think we get a repeat of week 1
against the Jags.
Jones just eating.
Wait. Oh, just sacking?
Yeah.
Sacking like a motherfucker?
I'm surprised they're that low, though. Cardinals got some nice D.
Hey, but last week they allowed that many points.
Get lit up. They didn't get lit up.
So they're one of those defense that one week they play good, one week they're just,
How you let Kurt bitch-ass Cousins light you up?
He's still saying it like that.
That's his name.
He said, what do you mean? That's his name?
his name, bro. Like, if you look on his birth certificate, it says Kurt, bitch ass cousin.
Put your middle initial.
BS. B8.
Again, situational. If Tua's not playing, I am picking the Vegas defense. Their D-line is showing up this year. They are getting pressures.
Shit, if Tua's playing, I'll still pick the Vegas defense.
You think so? I don't believe in Tua like that.
Hey, that's honestly, that's like, ooh, fresh blood. Like, he's injured. Like let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. You know.
Get him.
I mean, even
I'm
better.
not saying bounties. I just know that mentality. Hey, he's hurting. Let's put the hurting more.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I mean, for those of you that aren't high on Tua, this is a good start either way. I think it's even better if the backup's there, because, like I said, this D-line does get
Brissett.
pressure.
Yeah.
Brissett? Is it Jacoby?
It's Jacoby. He got thrown in the middle of the game.
Oh, okay.
And it sucks because I liked Jacoby Brissett when he was with the Colts.
Yeah.
But, you know, situations happen.
I mean,
they threw Phillip Rivers.
I honestly did not know it was Jacoby Brissett.
I didn't know until I looked at the box score.
I did not know.
He got thrown in there.
But to be fair, he is a solid backup. He is. He's not going to be a total scrub out there. And he has starting quarterback experience.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think...
Okay.
I think that game's not going to be as bad as it is without Tua.
Without Tua, okay.
Because I think benefit of the doubt was last game he got thrown in there.
But at the same time, you can feel confident that Brissett has starting experience.
Exactly.
It's not like he's a rookie
Exactly.
that is getting thrown out there.
Exactly. So, you know, now that he's got a full week with the first team,
Yeah.
I think things get a little better. I'm not saying all the way or nothing. I think Raiders will still have a field day with Miami offense.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit more confident with a healthy Brissett than a bruised up Tua.
You know, through the first 2 weeks, the Raiders have 5 sacks, an interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. I'm hoping that those stats are gonna, you know, that the momentum carries over to this next game, and those turnovers are gonna turn into a touchdown now.
Yeah,
because now they're getting turnovers every game.
Yeah,
it's just where's that pick six or that sack,
that fumble,
that strip sack fumble that's gonna go back for a touchdown.
I think Raiders are due for a strip sack fumble.
Strip sack fumble, and so that's my pick of the week for the
and they also got depth in the defensive line.
They got what?
Depth.
Oh, yeah. No, they definitely addressed it because that was their weakest, you know.
Yeah. Crosby couldn't do all by himself last year.
And Crosby's having an amazing season.
Yeah.
Crosby is looking like all pro. All pro.
Sheesh.
Man. And the thing was, I think his story is something like he's a 6th-round draft pick.
Yeah. He was a low draft pick.
Something like that. But he is balling, man.
It's all about opportunities.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, well, leave us a comment and let us know who's your defense pick of the week. You know, because that's the thing about DraftKings. If you could pick the defense that scores the touchdown that week or 2 touchdowns,
you're ahead of
80%
of the teams.
Because there's just it's hard hitting that defense. But you like to pick on rookies, but
there's only 32 teams. But fuck,
yeah. Maybe only 2 or 3 defenses score a touchdown.
Watch us all be wrong and fucking. It's like
the Jets,
Cowboys defense,
or it's gonna be the Lions.
It's gonna be the Giants defense versus Matt Ryan.
Mark pick my words right here on the pod.
Oh, we saying pick 6?
It's gonna be the Lions.
Matt, yeah. Okay, quick question. Real quick.
Last question.
Quarterback most likely to throw a pick 6. The most likely one to throw a pick 6 this week.
Matt Ryan, step on down. You have been chosen first selected.
I agree. All right, move on.
Unanimous. Because he is a quarterback that doesn't give a fuck. If I throw a pick 6, I'm going back out there and I'm gonna throw it again.
And I'm gonna throw another one
behind me. Exactly. I'm back out in this bitch.
All right. Just want to get that clear. Start the Giants defense.
One interception, still throwing touchdowns in this bitch. And that's going to wrap up the defense.
All right.
You guys make sure you comment and let us know your opinions on who's throwing that pick 6, but we already know your choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matty Ice.
All right, then. This wraps up with our DraftKings rundown episode for week 3.
Hey,
You already know this is Buds and Sports. Still throwing out content. If you haven't tuned in, Francis injury and wire report. That was dropped.
Live.
Yes, sir. That's dropped every week. That drops
every mid-Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Then you got my quick picks dropped on Monday mornings. Go check them out. Compare. All that fun stuff. Talk shit to me. Cool, whatever. Just hit me up. Dougie's Doogie list. Hey, just by the sound of that, you already know what.
You already know it's good. We're talking about the Dookies of the week.
The poor fantasy performers are all up in that.
We're talking about kickers. Because they seem to always make the list.
Hey, the number one slot on the Dookie list this week is reserved for the quarterback that throws the pick six.
Yeah. We're reserving. If it's Matt Ryan, we're doing the whole Dookie list dedicated to him.
Oh, shit.
Too much fun with the Dookie list.
So, yeah, we'll be dropping our weekly recap right after the Monday night game.
Yes, sir.
Week 3 of the Dookie list should come out Sunday night.
Yes, sir.
Sunday night, Monday morning. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, tune into the recap to see how we did with our picks this week.
I am Spuddy McGee. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Look on streaming platforms for us, podcast streaming platforms. Yep. I'm out, Mr. Francis.
Hey, this is Francis. Peep us on all platforms. Check us out on YouTube. We are on Instagram. Are we on Twitter?
Yeah, we're on Twitter.
And we're on Twitter. So if you want to find us, you can find us. Buds and Sport. This is Francis. Tune in next week. Peace.
Yo, what up? You already know what it is. It's the boy, Little Duke, a.k.a. Little in the building. Yeah, you already got the shout-outs about where to find us. If you want to find us individually, check the Instagram page on Buds and Sports. You'll be able to find us easily. Tune in next week. Love talking to y'all. Peace.